Set for the green flag. It'll come out in turn number 4. 8 laps is your distance on the first of 2 heat races for the fixed seat and Seafoam micro sprints. Cal Rainier sets the pace in the 84 with Gary McCarthy on his right. Pace picks up, green flag waves, and we're officially underway. Rainier will lead him down the back straightaway for the first time with McCarthy in the second spot. Moving up, the 153, Chad Neisteadt getting around the outside of the 48 of Huseman. Neisteadt up to third, Huseman fourth in front of the 4 of Ryan Bickett. Rainier starting to stretch his lead now over McCarthy in the 41 and the rest of the field. Gets a little high off of turn number 4, able to collect it up, no harm, no foul. We continue on, 2 down and 6 to go. The Spuds one-stop number 84 of Kyle Rainier looking very strong in this heat race. When they get to the flag stand, we'll reach the halfway point. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. Rainier a little high that time, as is the 41 of Gary McCarthy. McCarthy's going to lose at least the second spot. Chad Neisteadt able to sneak through there. McCarthy now pressured by the 48 of Huseman, trying to hold on to third. And now with 3 laps to go, the race is for the lead. The 84 of Cal Rainier's been there since the drop of the green, but on the move from outside of row number 2 is the 153 of Chad Neisteadt. Neisteadt taking a look to the inside as McCarthy gets loose, gets into Huseman off of turn number 4. They both continue on, and we have a new leader down there in turn number 1. It's Chad Neisteadt. So a lot of things changing there as they came to 2 to go. Now the white flag coming out. Final lap of the opening heat race. Chad Neisteadt started in position number 4. He'll lead the last 2 laps and take home the win. Checkered flag waves, and it goes the 153. Chad Neisteadt out of Little Rock, Iowa, victorious in that heat race, followed by the number 84 of Cal Rainier in second. Third will go to the 48 of Russ Huseman. Fourth, the 41 of Gary McCarthy. And fifth place to the number 4 of Ryan Bickett. Green flag comes out in turn number 4, ready to go. 8 laps is your distance. Chuck Cherniket Jr. setting the pace with Chris Schoenrock coming to the green. Schoenrock jumps into the immediate lead, pulling with him the 2 of Clint Nelson into the second spot. Hall up to third, and Cherniket will run in the 4th spot down the back straightaway. Chris Schoenrock in the 36 shows the way early on in this one. Got upside down last year at an event here at Rock County Speedway. Looking very good now in heat race number 2. Five laps to go in this one for the 36 of Chris Schoenrock. The Chester Mechanical Entries led since the drop of the green, but Clint Nelson chasing him down bit by bit. Here's the halfway point, 4 laps to go. Traffic about to become part of this event. Chuck Cherniket Jr. just in front of the leaders, slips up the racetrack. Allows the 36 of Schoenrock and the 2 of Nelson to get by. They'll come to 2 to go. white flag displayed. Quarter mile to go for the 36 of Chris Schoenrock. He'll make his way off of turn number 4. No troubles tonight for the 36. Chris Schoenrock gets the victory in heat race number 2. Chris Schoenrock in the 36, victorious in heat race number 2 with a fixed seat in Seafoam Micro Sprints, followed in second by the 2 of Clint Nelson. 5Z Brady Hall finishes third, and fourth will go to the 4S of Chuck Chernicket Jr. Jaycox Implement has been in business for more than 60 years. That means Jaycox knows how to exceed your expectations. Jaycox Implement, proud to carry an unparalleled selection of new and pre-owned tractors, combines, tillage, and sprayers that will impress both the first-time and seasoned buyers. 4 laps, a one-on-one challenge between the 81 of Travis Vanentop and 13 of Andrew Waller. Allers takes a look to the inside of Vanentop. Can't get there. You can hear both drivers working the throttles through turns 3 and 4. Vanentop picks that left front tire up, trying to get forward drive. Allers right there with him. A little loose for Vanentop into the turn 3 area. And coming to the checkered, the 81. Travis Vanentop will get victory. So Travis Vanentop, the 81, victorious. Andrew Allers will take that second spot. Well, looks like the number 9 of Andy Wazorek does not make the call. He will not be able to start outside that front row where he had drawn to start. Also, Spencer Callis not making the call after getting into the wall in hot laps. 8 laps your distance. Papik Motor Sportsman qualifying heat race coming to the green. Todd Coppin in the 66K sets the pace with Heston Steinfurth alongside. Green is out. Heston Steinfurth will lead him into turn number 1. Coppin runs in the second spot, and we're door to door for third. Bradley on the inside, DeBoer on the high line. Marnie DeBoer in the third spot in the 50M. Going into turn 3. Steinfurth, your leader, cuts down a right front tire. The rest of the field will make their way by him. And Heston Steinfurth will be heading pit side with a flat right front on the 71H. That puts the lead into the hands of Todd Coppin. The Adrian, Minnesota driver of the 66K, though, has plenty of pressure by the name of Marnie DeBoer in the 50M. Side by side for that third spot. Tyler Bradley has the inside line, and Josh Van Westen has the top shelf working as they go through turn number 3, now into turn 4. A little bit of contact there between the top 2 cars as they made their way off of turn number 4. Todd Coppin able to hold on to the lead. Marnie DeBoer still looks strong in position number 2. Coppin and DeBoer lead him now off of turn number 4. DeBoer pushes up the racetrack just a little bit. Tyler Bradley not quite close enough to capitalize on that move, as Heston Steinfurth on the infield, the 21 of Josh Van Westen, starting to pressure the 94 of Tyler Bradley. Marnie DeBoer is going to try the high line, looking for the lead. Won't happen off of turn number 4. But the momentum starting to build up for the driver of the Big Rig Barbecue car number 50M. Marnie looking to the outside of Todd Coppin off of turn 2. Can't get there. Can Tyler Bradley capitalize on that battle in front of him to try to gain one more spot? DeBoer gets it sideways, middle of the corner. 2 laps to go. Coppin's going to leave the bottom just a little bit, maybe on the defensive, trying to block the charge of Marnie DeBoer. Now DeBoer, look at the full head of steam, but can't quite get to the inside before turn number 3. Now she's there. A tight battle for the lead at the white flag. Marnie DeBoer all over Todd Coppin on this final lap. They'll go down the backstretch for the final time. Will she have enough through the final turns to make it happen? Gets to the inside. Not going to happen. Todd Coppin's going to get the win. Race for the second spot, Marnie DeBoer. So the 66K Todd Coppin holds on in an exciting heat race with Marnie DeBoer finishing second in the 50M. The 94 of Tyler Bradley is third, and 21 Josh Van Westen finishes in fourth. The Blue Stem Catering Company here to help you with any of your catering needs. Blue Stem Catering Company more than happy to customize any order to your specifications. 8 laps will be your distance, your first of 2 heat races tonight in this Blue Stem Hobby Stock division. Coming to the green 8 times around. Dylan Vandentop will lead him into the first turn, a little sideways in front of the field. Alex Wurtsma finds something on the inside, made a couple of, and then the 28 of Terry Larson battles back around the outside off of turn 2. Full head of steam for the 19. Max Scadam going high around the racetrack, trying to make some hay up there. But out front right now, it's all Dylan Vandentop, the 81 VT. Looking strong in the Vans Garage entry. The 51 of Tyler Larson into the second spot. Starting to pressure your leader off of turn 4. Trouble over in turn number 2. We'll put the yellows on. The number 19 of Max Scadam coming to a stop on the inside of turn number 2 will put us under the caution. 2 laps down, 6 laps to go in your first of 2 heat races for the Blue Stem Catering Hobby Stocks. And all of our restarts tonight after 1 lap has been counted. Six laps remaining on heat race number 1 of the Blue Stem Hobby Stocks. Vandentop will bring them back through the opening set of turns and down the back straightaway. Race a little deeper in the field between the number 50 of Trevor Flute battling with the 22W of Michael Weidert. Trouble in turn number 4. Larson going around. And the yellow's going to come out for the number 51, Tyler Larson. At the inside berm, shot the car up the racetrack. It could have been far, far worse than that. Set for the green, 5 to go. Alex Wurtsma takes a look to the inside of Terry Larson for second. Larson will hold that spot as they go to turn 3. Weidert pressuring Wurtsma, goes up the racetrack as the 50 of Trevor Flute catches the berm on the inside of 3 and 4. Now Max Scadam collecting it up after the melee in turn number 4. Halfway, 4 down, 4 to go. It's all Dylan Vandentop in the 81 VT pacing the field. A little high in turn number 1 for Michael Weidert in the 22W. Kisses the wall over there. Alex Wurtsma still trying to mount a charge on the 28 of Terry Larson. They race for second as they come to the white flag. Larson a little high there in turn number 1, opens the bottom line for Alex Schwartzma. He'll squirt into the second spot as the 81 BT of Dylan Vandentop comes to the win. Dylan Vandentop victorious in heat race number 1 of the Blue Stem Hobby Stocks, followed in second by Alex Schwartzma with that last lap pass to take the spot ahead of the 28 of Terry Larson, third. Fourth will go to the 50, Trevor Flute, and fifth to the 22W of Michael Weidert. Finishing sixth was the 51 of Tyler Larson, and seventh to the 19 of Max Scadam. The boys and girls bikes going out to a couple young race fans at intermission, courtesy of Versteg Excavating. So now the caution lights go dark. Green flag in the right hand of Doug Clark. Ready to go. 8 laps the distance. Bradley and Bradley setting the pace. We're green. Well, you hear a couple cars make contact going into turn number 1. It's Jason Bradley getting the lead over the 20B of Josh Bradley. Side by side for third. That's a couple of Crocs. So it's Bradley, Croc, and Croc in the opening lap of heat race number 2. Family affairs. Thomas on the inside of Trevor racing for third. Now 3 wide into turn number 3. 3 wide at Rock County Speedway is not easily done. You don't see that often on this racetrack as, neither of the Crocs want to cut the other some slack. Now the 52K of Trevor into that second spot. Thomas runs third. Ernie Daly to the inside of Josh Bradley racing for fourth. Daly will have the spot. Thomas Croc sideways in turn number 1. He'll go up on the inside of the berm and continue on now off of turn number 2, but slips to the tail of the field. Out front, it's Jason Bradley, the Valley Springs Body Shop number 17J. But looking very strong is Trevor Croc in the 52K up to the second spot. Joel Norris high in turn number 2 in the 33JN. Thomas Croc trying to come back through the field. He'll get by Josh Bradley entering turn number 1. At the other end of the field, 2 laps to go for your leader, Jason Bradley. Ernie Daly in that number 14, gaining some ground on the 52K of Trevor Croc, but running short on time. White flag is out, final lap. Through the final set of turns, Jason Bradley, a feature winner here last season, picks up heat race number 2 in the Blue Stem Hobby Stocks. Checker flag waves. Jason Bradley in the 17J victorious in heat race number 2 of the Blue Stem Hobby Stocks. 52K, Trevor Croc finishes second, third to Ernie Daly in the 14, and fourth to the 15 of Tom Croc. Fifth place will go to the 20B of Josh Bradley. 6 cars, 8 laps. Your first of 3 heat races in the Concrete Creations of Minnesota Factory Stocks. Top 4 finishers have a shot at the pole position in tonight's A-Main. The top 4 finishers, very important as we go green. Oh, they're 3 wide deep in the field, slipping up the track. The 59 of Caden Wessels, and then the 28 of Tyler Denherter meets the concrete. Meanwhile, out front, we're side by side for the lead. The 7 of Cody Coster all over the 26 of Darvin Clarenbeek, who leads lap number 1. Into the third spot is Heath Mitchell in the 31 machine as we race for the lead once again into turn number 3. Coster on the inside, and a sideways leader in the 26 of Devin Clarenbeek leads at lap number 2. Coster on the inside again, this time in turns 1 and 2. Here comes the 7, Cody Coster on the inside, and as they race for the front spot, here comes the 31 of Heath Mitchell chasing down both the top 2 cars. 5 laps to go. Coster got a little out of shape there off turn number 2, and then does Heath Mitchell in the 31. So the top 3 cars separating just a bit. At the halfway point, your leader is the 26 of Devin Clarenbeek. Oh, Clarenbeek's cut a tire in the 26 machine. Coster gets by, but barely. Mitchell sneaks by in the 31, but barely, and everyone else going to try and file by. As yellow is out, trouble in turn number 1. Payne Bonnets in the Rice Trucking number 58 sits against the outside wall in turn number 1, puts us under the yellow. And a heartbreaker for the driver of the 26, Devin Clarenbeek, who looked very strong in the D&J Trucking number 26. But you can see there he's got a flat right rear tire and has gone pit side. The Last Chance Auto Parts 31 of Heath Mitchell. Caden Wessels runs 3rd, and the 28 of Tyler Denherter in the 4th spot. 4 laps down, 4 to go. Green flag. Heath Mitchell thinks about looking on the outside of Coster for the race lead as the top 2 cars break away from the other 2. Cody Coster and Heath Mitchell, a 2-car breakaway. Mitchell all over him, Mitchell sideways, Mitchell up in the grass. Mitchell now pointed the wrong way. Well, the bad news is he fell from 2nd to 4th. The good news is he can finish there and still make the redraw for the A-Main and has a shot at the pole position. White flag out, Cody Coster, your leader, sees it. Final lap underway. Cody Coster out of Dundee, Minnesota brings that unique looking number 7 off of turn 4. Checkered waves. He'll take it. Cody Coster in the 7, victorious in heat race number 1 of the Concrete Creations of Minnesota factory stocks, followed in 2nd by the 28 of Tyler Denherter. Finishing 3rd will be the 59 of Caden Wessels, and 4th going to the 31 of Heath Mitchell. Dave Niesink in the 5, setting the pace alongside the 22 of Heath Peterson. Coming to the green, 8 laps your distance, heat race number 2 of the Concrete Creations of Minnesota factory stocks is underway. Niesink into the initial lead in the 5, followed by that 22 of Heath Peterson, but Peterson has pressure. To the inside goes Dalton Jacobsma in the 39. He'll have the spot off of turn 4. Jacobsma up the track, a little sideways. Now it goes the other way. Here comes the 19S of Jason Schumacher down the inside, and he'll go 2 for 1 on the back straightaway, shooting from 4th to 2nd. Dave Niesink out into his own zip code in front of the 19S of Jason Schumacher, then the 39 of Dalton Jacobsma, who's driving that 39 machine one-handed. And then 3 cars deeper in the field. They'll contact back there. The 15 of Delane Hood will get the spot, getting by the 58X of Adam Jackson. There's a race for the 4th spot between 3 cars. They'll contact down there in turn number 1 as the 15 of Delane Hood tries to get the 22 of Heath Peterson out of the way, with the 58X of Adam Jackson right there in the battle as well. Heath Peterson driving one-handed too in that 22. White flag out, final lap for your leader, Dave Neisteadt. He'll come off turn number 4 for the final time, sees the checkered. Neisteadt wins heat race number 2. Schumacher coming home in 2nd. And Jacobsma in 3rd. Second pack of cars coming around and taking the checkered. So Dave Neisteadt victorious in the 5, followed in 2nd by Jason Schumacher in the 19S. 3rd place will go to the 39 of Dalton Jacobsma. Finishing 4th, the number 15 of Delane Hood. 5th will go to the 22 of Heath Peterson, and 6th place, the 58X of Adam Jackson. Row 3 on the inside, the number 5J is Josh Steinfurth out of Lenox, and the 6th and final starter from Rushmore, Minnesota is Eric Gall in car number 38. Those 6 ready to go. 8 laps your distance. Final heat race of the night. Final heat race for the Concrete Creations of Minnesota factory stocks. Close quarters down there in the first turn as the leader gets sideways. Greg Vandevelde takes evasive action, gets up on the grass. Then they're 3 wide behind all of that going on. Ooh, catch your breath. Your leader is the 9, Brad Gimbel. With all that happening on the racetrack, the driver who started 6th has made his way up to 2nd. That's the 38 of Eric Gall. And Gall may not be done there. Gimbel goes up the racetrack. Gall solidly in the 2nd spot, pressuring the leader. They'll race for the lead in turn number 1. Gall to the inside. Gimbel on the high line off of turn number 2. And a new leader from the back to the lead. It's the 38 of Eric Gall. Gimbel now 2nd. Vandevelde running in 3rd ahead of the 11 of Dana Hood. Josh Steinfurth in 5th, and 6th is James Steinfurth. Car slow on the inside off of turn number 2, the 11 of Dana Hood. Coming to a stop over there on the inside of the racetrack, as Eric Gall continues to set the pace out front in the 38. Two laps to go for your race leader, Eric Gall. White flag displayed. Final lap of the final heat race now underway. Race for that 2nd spot. Greg Vandevelde has it, but the pressure coming from Brad Gimbel on this final lap as they've exchanged that spot just a couple laps ago. We'll see if Gimbel can mount a charge on Vandevelde here in the final set of turns as Eric Gall will take the checkered. Checkered flag on the final heat race of the evening. And this driver deserves a hand. He started last, he finishes first. The number 38 of Eric Gall victorious in that final heat race. Second place to Greg Vandevelde in the 84, finishing third, the number 9 of Brad Gimbel. Fourth place to the 5J of Josh Steinforth. And fifth to the 4 of James Steinforth. Caution lights are dark. 15 laps is the distance. A feature time at the Rock County Speedway starts right now. Chad Noctegal wastes no time. He's got the initial lead. Bringing Chris Schoenrock and Clinton Nelson with them through turns 3 and 4. Lap number 1 belongs to the 153 of Chad Noctegal. Here comes the 48 of Russ Huseman. He's in the top 5 looking for more. Took a look to the inside of the 84 of Kyle Rainier. Now he'll have the position going into turn number 3. Now they're side by side racing for 4th. Give it to the 48 of Huseman. Russ Huseman up to 4th. Rainier runs in 5th, and he's pressured by the 41 of Gary McCarthy. Rainier shuts the door on him off of turn number 2. Rainier now sideways off of turn number 4. McCarthy barely misses him, and that will put us under the yellow for the first time in this feature event. Yellow is out. The number 84 of Kyle Rainier sits wrong way in the one-way on the front straightaway and puts us under the yellow. "12 more laps to go, and we're back to green in the Fixed Heat and Seafoam Micro Sprint A Main. Russ Huseman on the offensive, going to the outside of Nelson for 3rd, and Huseman has the spot in the 48. Clinton Nelson now runs 4th. McCarthy continues to run in position number 5. Top 3 cars breaking away just a bit from 4th place running. Clinton Nelson, 1/3 of the way home, 10 laps remaining. Here comes Huseman to the inside with the 36 of Schoenrock. Schoenrock slams the door closed off of turn number 2. It's all Chad Noctegal. The 153 leads them with 6 down. Noctegal got a little bit of the berm in turn number 1 last time, but he's got a half straightaway advantage as they come to the cross flags. Chuck Chernighet Jr. right in front of your race leader. Noctegal makes his way by the 4S. Schoenrock and Huseman doing the same. Top 4 cars bunching up here as we come, and we'll have 2/3 of the race over, just 5 laps to go. Does anyone have anything for Chad Noctegal? They're going to have to show their hand here soon if they want a chance to go to victory lane. Noctegal leads what was a half straightaway lead, only about 5 car lengths as they go into turn number 3. Schoenrock is there, taking a look to the inside of your leader. He gets sideways. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place all collected up in turn number 1. The yellow is out for trouble in the first turn. And it all starts with a battle for the lead. Chris Schoenrock in the 36 was running 2nd. He took a peek to the inside of Chad Noctegal. Schoenrock then got loose, started going around. Huseman gets into him, and Nelson gets into the both of them, and now it's a 3-car melee right in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Platte, South Dakota's Gary McCarthy restarts position 2. Lakefield, Minnesota's Brady Hall in 3rd. Some fast cars got a little bit of time to try to come from the back. The green is out. Well, they were 3 wide deep in the pack, making their way towards the front, trying to do so. But sneaking away is the 153 of Chad Noctegal off of turn number 4, 2 laps to go. Damage on the 48 of Russ Huseman. His wing has tipped the wrong way, but he still gains a spot going by the 84 of Rainier. Bringing with him Nelson as the white flag is out for the 153 of Noctegal. Russ Huseman is a man possessed trying to come through the field. Nelson gets to his inside off of turn number 4. Your first Rock County winner, second time this year, Chad Noctegal. Two races in 2018 at the Rock County Speedway and 2 feature wins for Chad Noctegal. He'll head to victory lane. Gary McCarthy started 7th. He'll finish 2nd. Ryan Bickett started 8th. He'll finish 3rd. Finishing in the 4th spot, coming charging through in those final 3 laps, Clinton Nelson in the 2. And the 48 of Russ Huseman, wing wrong way and everything, completes the top 5 in the 48. Brady Hall 6th in the 5Z, 7th to the 84 of Kyle Rainier, 8th to the 36 of Chris Schoenrock, and 9th the 4S of Chuck Chernickit Jr. Andrew Allers, Travis Vandentop, Kurt Allers, ready to go. Jake Cox Implement presents the B-Modified A feature. Vandentop ready to go from the outside of the front row. He's got the Allers behind him. As they all charge into turn number 3. Vandentop stabs the brakes getting into turn number 1. It gets the car planted and turns. Andrew Allers still all over him off of turn 4. Well, race for that second spot develops. Kurt Allers to the inside of Andrew Allers, now to door off of turn number 2 and down the back stretch to turn 3. Give the spot now to Kurt Allers in the 15. Healthy lead right now for the 81 of Travis Vandentop. Cross flag halfway. Well, you can't say Kurt Allers' suspension isn't working now. As you watch the car three-wheel off of turn number 4 in that second spot, the white is out. Little bobble there from Vandentop. Ahler's closing in on him just a bit off of turn number 2. It looks like Ahler's going to run out of time. They'll come to the checkered. Well, he runs out of grip as well. Checker flag is out. Vandentop picks up the win. Travis Vandentop in the 81 victorious. Andrew Ahlers will finish second in the 13N and Kurt Ahlers third in the 15A. So the F&F Trucking car number 81 of Travis Vandentop gets the win here tonight. Led every single lap of competition tonight in the Jaycox Implement B Modified division. 15 laps will be your distance. The 66K Todd Coppin will start at the back of the field for a rules infraction found after his heat race. 15 laps is the distance. The 94 of Tyler Bradley, 21 Josh Van Westen on the opening row bring us to the green. The Papik Motors Sportsman A main is underway. They can still throw a blanket over the field as they work their way off of the second turn and down the back straightaway. Bradley on the inside, Van Westen on the outside. Top 4 cars still just as they were as they took the green flag. Bradley on the inside, Van Westen on the outside. Still door-to-door for the race lead going back to turn 3. Bradley trying to hold that bottom line. Van Westen with the momentum on the top shelf. New leader, it's Bradley in the 94. 2 laps, 2 different leaders as they sort things out towards the front of the field, and Van Westen with a big head of steam. All the momentum off of turn number 2. Try to get back around the outside of the 94 of Tyler Bradley. Through turns 3 and 4 with Marnie DeBoer stalking just behind him. Van Westen back to the lead at the line. 3 laps, 3 lead changes. Van Westen on the high line has the lead down the back straightaway with the 94 of Tyler Bradley on the inside. Marnie DeBoer in 3rd, Heston Steinforth in 4th, and then Coppin in 5th. Van Westen again leading at the line at lap number 4. 11 to go, and we're still side by side for the race lead. Bradley gets a better run this time off turn number 2. The 94 back out front. Can he hold it off of turn number 4? He will. Bradley leads at lap number 4. He'll slide up the racetrack. Marnie DeBoer to the inside of Van Westen. Marnie DeBoer looking for 2nd. And here she comes for the spot. Slider getting into turn number 3. Looks to the outside of Bradley. Bradley on the bottom. Marnie DeBoer on the high line. 2 new cars battling it out for the race lead. Bradley back on the inside where he's been this entire race, but Marnie DeBoer charging hard on the top. Bradley goes hard into turn number 1, pushes up the racetrack. DeBoer's right there. Door to door into turn 3 for the race lead. We'll see crossed flags. This is the halfway point of the Papik Sportsman Feature. Too close to call by the naked eye at the line. Bradley slides up the racetrack. DeBoer now your leader off of turn number 2. Marnie DeBoer off turn number 4. She will lead for the first time by the flag stand. Marnie DeBoer your leader. Tyler Bradley in 2nd. Josh Van Westen running in 3rd. Todd Coppin in the 4th spot. Spencer Callis completing the top 5. Race deep in the field for the 4th spot. Coppin and Callis racing for the spot as Marnie DeBoer is starting to check out. Now the heat is on for position number 2. Bradley on the inside. Van Westen looking to his outside once again. So the two drivers who were battling for the lead earlier now racing for position number 2 behind Marnie DeBoer with about 5 to go. Van Westen around the outside of Bradley. Can he make it stick now through turn number 1? Off of turn number 2, Bradley back into position number 2. Great race going on for the second spot. Bradley drives it deep into turn number 3. Van Westen, though, on the cushion on the top side. Great race right now for position number 2 with a lap and a half to go for Marnie DeBoer. Also a door-to-door race for the 4th spot deep in the field. Marnie DeBoer sees the white flag. Final lap getting underway. Spencer Callis making his way by, Coppin for the 4th spot. Van Westen will try to make one more run at Bradley as the checkered flags come out for Marnie DeBoer. Here's the race for second. Give it to... Too close to call. So your winner will be Marnie DeBoer. She'll be coming to victory lane. The race for second decided by 36/100ths of a second. Second place goes to Josh Van Westen in the 21. Just a fraction of a second in front of the 94 of Tyler Bradley. 4th place will go to Spencer Callis in the 50. And finishing 5th, the 66K of Todd Coppin. Blue Stem, Hobby Stocks ready to go green. Dylan Vandentop picks up the pace with Jason Bradley alongside. We're green and underway for 15 laps. Sorting things out 3 wide as Tom Kroc scoots through the middle and gets a couple of spots off of turn number 2. Jason Bradley out front, but here comes Vandentop to his left side. The 51 of Tyler Lurson deep in the field, gaining a couple spots on that opening lap. Speaking of gaining spots, from 8th up to 3rd in a lap is the 15 of Thomas Kroc. Trevor Kroc right there in the 52K as well. He started outside row number 2. Alex Wertzma completing the top 5. Battle for the second spot. The 15 of Tom Kroc says hello to Vandentop, getting to his bumper. Side by side for position number 2 into turn number 1. Slide job, give it to Thomas Kroc. Vandentop not happy with it. Crosses over back to his inside. Down the back straightaway and door to door into turn number 3. Joel Norris slow on the back straightaway. Yellow comes out for the 33 JN. Well, that's all right. We can sort things out now under caution and let you know there has been some big movers in the early portion of the Blue Stem Hobby Stock Feature event. So he's gained 4 laps, or 4 positions in just 4 laps. Caution lights go dark, 11 laps to go. The Blue Stem Hobby Stock Feature event coming back to the green. Bradley gets it sideways, then the car pushes. Track opens the door for Tom Kroc. Race for the lead into turn 3. Kroc on the inside, drives it in deep. Bradley trying to get back to his inside off of turn number 4. New leader at lap number 5 is Tom Kroc. Bradley back on the inside as Trevor Kroc sideways in front of a couple cars, and now a melee in turns 1 and 2. Yellow flag waves. So just 1/3 of the way through this one, still 10 laps remaining. The Blue Stem Hobby Stock feature coming back to the restart. Jason Bradley takes a look to the inside of Kroc. The race for the lead as Josh Bradley goes around deep in the field, the 20B, and then it tangles with the 22W of Michael Weidert. Set to go, 10 laps remain, coming back to the green. Kroc will try that high line. Bradley and Van den Top right behind him. They race back to turn number 3. Kroc up top. Here comes Bradley on the inside. The 11th starter looking for the 4th spot. That's the 51 of Tyler Larson as he pressures the 28 of Terry Larson. Larson now up the track. Here comes Josh Bradley to his inside, and he'll get the 5th spot. Now Bradley, Larson together. Cars going up the racetrack, and now roadblocks in turn number 1. Yellow is out. And he'll call it a night. 8 laps remain. Tom Kroc brings us to the green. Looks like the high groove definitely the preferred line through 1 and 2. Fourth place car gets a little bit sideways, but Larson able to collect it up. Top 3 cars breaking away from the rest of the field just a bit. Again, Larson sideways off turn number 4. The 19 gets sideways and allows the 50 of Trevor Flute to get into the top 5. These hobby stocks don't have nearly the suspension of the B modifieds, but watch the left front tire of Tom Kroc as he comes off turn number 4. It's just barely touching the racetrack. As we say that, Jason Bradley says, watch this. He closes in on the race leader. 5 to go now at the flag stand, 4 to go. Make that 3 to go. Two laps remaining for Tom Kroc. Hold on. Little melee here in turn number 4, but Max Scadam able to continue on. Thomas Kroc works off of turn number 4, looking at the big white bed sheet, 1 to go. Van den Top with trouble in turn number 1, able to collect it up, but loses a lot of ground. Meanwhile, from the 8th starting spot, coming to the win, Tom Kroc sees the double checkers. There is the finish in tonight's feature event. For the Blue Stem Hobby Stocks, from 8th to the win, Tom Kroc in the 15 going to victory lane. Jason Bradley led the first 4 laps in the 17J. He'll finish 2nd. 3rd place, 81 VT, Dylan Van den Top. Finishing 4th, the number 28 of Terry Larson. And 5th place going to the number 50 of Trevor Flute. 6th place, Joel Norris, who started 13th in the 33JN. The 20B finishing 7th of Josh Bradley. And 8th place, the number 19 of Max Scadam. Set to go for a green flag in turn number 4. In a few weeks, he'll flag the Knoxville Nationals tonight. He's ready to wave the green on the Concrete Creations of Minnesota factory stocks. Doug Clark looks over the field. We're underway. The field thunders through turns 1 and 2 as the 59 of Caden Wessels grabs the initial lead. They're using every inch of the track and then some behind him. Wessels into the lead. Brad Gimbel in position number 2 in front of the 31 of Heath Mitchell. Gimbel goes sideways in turn number 4. Able to continue on in the number 9, but gives up a lot of positions. The 31 of Mitchell up to the 2nd spot in gaining ground on your race leader. Speaking of gaining ground, the 5 of Dave Niesink started 8th. He's up to 3rd. Then a 3-car battle for the 4th spot. Niesink to the outside of Mitchell, side by side for 2nd. Cody Koster's up to 4th, and the 38 from 9th up to 5th is Eric Gall. Top 5 cars throw a blanket over him off of turn number 4. Here comes Niesink on the outside. Here comes Gall on the outside. Through the middle, Eric Gall up to 3rd. Hits into Niesink just a bit, who slips from 2nd back to outside the top 5. 5 down, 10 to go. 3 wide for the lead. Mitchell on the inside. Gall on the high line. Mitchell sideways in front of Koster and going around. And the yellow thinking about coming out, and it is. Yellow is out. Whew. Many of these cars coming back Saturday night to do it for 200 laps. Coming to the green, we're back underway. Eric Gall wastes no time, looks immediately to the inside of Wessels for the lead and has it into turn number 1. Wessels will lead and pull back to the 2nd spot. Gall leads down the back straightaway and into turn number 3 in car number 38. At lap number 6, Eric Gall is your new leader. 3 wide, deeper in the top 5. Niesink looking head on into the wall, able to make the car turn just before he had trouble. Schumacher now flat right rear on the 19S. Slow on the front straightaway. He'll be heading pit side. 2 by 2 behind your race leader. Vandevelde grabs 2nd in the 84. Yellow is out. Yellow is out for trouble on the front straightaway. Woo. Eight laps remaining in the Concrete Creations of Minnesota Factory Stock Feature event. We'll see if Greg Vandevelde has anything for Eric Gall as we come to the green. Dave Niesink and Dalton Jacobsma battle for a spot. Cross flags halfway in the A-main. Niesink to the inside with the number 5 car, getting by Caden Wessels in the 59. Now Wessels battling back on his outside. Looks like they may have been hooked together a little bit getting into turn number 3. Whoa, all sorts of trouble there with the 11. Dana Hood gets into one of the tires and the yellow is out. And trouble here in turn number 4. A car coming to a stop with some smoke as well. 9 laps down, 6 to go. 6 laps remain at the Rock County Fair races here at Rock County Speedway. Can Eric Gall hold on for the win? We'll find out. Starting right here, green is back in the air. Cody Koster takes a look to the inside of the 28 of Tyler Denherter. Denherter runs third, Koster in the 4th spot. Caden Wessels continues to round out the top 5, but a bunch of pressure coming from Dalton Jacobsma. Coming through the field as well as Brad Gimbel in the number 9 machine. Remember, Gimbel was as far as 2nd place earlier, had to go to the back, and he's trying to get back into the top 5, racing with the 59 of Caden Wessels. Also coming back through the field is the 31 of Heath Mitchell. Mitchell had to go to the tail after a tangle up. He's up to the 6th spot. Just 3 laps to go as race for the 5th position off of turn number 4. Gimbel has it, Mitchell all over him. Schumacher coming through the field as well in the 19S. They're 3 wide in turn number 1 for a spot. Denherter goes up the racetrack 3 wide once again. Now Mitchell to the outside of Gimbel's number 9, side by side, and contact in turn number 4. Gimbel holds on, Mitchell all sorts of sideways. Now they're banging down the front straightaway 3 wide. They barely fit. White flag out. Final lap for Eric Gall, who certainly doesn't want to see all of this mess that's right in front of him now. Yellow's coming out. Yellow is out with just a green-white checkered dash set up now. Everyone ready to go. 2 trips around the track remain here tonight. As we come to the green, Gall picks up the pace. We're back underway. Koster immediately dips to the inside of the speedway. Schumacher trying to get into the top 5 in the 19s as well. 3 cars racing for a spot. Gimbel sideways and going upside down in turn number 1. The red is out. Cars coming to a stop. And already the safety team on site over there in turn number 1, where the number 9 of Brad Gimbel goes up and over. Coming to the green. 2 to go. Can Eric Gall hold on for the win? Let's find out. Heath Mitchell immediately goes to the outside of Cody Koster looking for 4th, and Mitchell will have it off of turn number 2. We'll see how much further he can go as he charges up to Tyler Denherter's number 28. White flag out, final lap. Mitchell nearly gets into the front straightaway wall. He's hammered down on the final lap. Backstretch for the final time. Eric Gall into turn number 3 in car number 38. From 9th, he'll be your winner in the Concrete Creations of Minnesota factory stock. Eric Gall victorious tonight in the Concrete Creations of Minnesota factory stock feature event, with the 84 of Greg Van de Velde finishing in 2nd. Again, 1st and 2nd coming from 9th and 12th on the starting lineup. Finishing 3rd, the 28, Tyler Denherter. 4th going to the 31 of Heath Mitchell. Mitchell went to the back and came back through the field for that 4th place finish. And also with the flat tire and coming back to finish 5th, the 19S of Jason Schumacher. Dave Nasink went to the back several times. He finishes 6th in the 5. 7th place going to the 39 of Dalton Jacobsma. 8th place, the 26 of Devin Clarenbeek. 9th place, Cody Coster in the 7, and 10th place, the 58X of Adam Jackson. Your unofficial top 10 in tonight's Concrete Creations of Minnesota Factory Stock Feature event. 2 different leaders over those 15 laps. Caden Wessels led early on. He led the opening 3rd, but laps 6 through 15 all belong to the 38 of Eric Gall, who is parked down there in victory lane. Well, he climbs out of the car. He's coming around front. Rock County, a nice hand for Eric Gall. Starts 9th, gets the win in the Factory Stock Feature event. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to all of our feature winners here tonight.